Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about something special. I wanted to add a new segment to my channel because I didn't want to only focus on beauty, but I wanted to share my experiences with you about life. And that means giving tips on maybe, breaking up with someone, how to get over someone, how to study, how to get good grades. I wanted to put this aspect into my channel because it's important. And I know I'm only 20, but I've actually been through a lot that I can help you if you are also going through the same thing, or for even future reference if, you might go through the same thing in the future. So today in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to get over someone because it's something that everyone sort of has to go through. Maybe you just came off a relationship that, you had a person that you really, really loved, and during that period of time, you're constantly thinking about that person. What exactly went wrong? What did you do wrong? And the memories just keep on coming, and you just don't know what to do with yourself because you keep on thinking about that person and you get angry at yourself. So this video is going to help you think things through. And for everyone who really likes someone, I'm sure you've been all there, like you have this crush and this guy at school, but unfortunately that guy might not like you the same way or might not feel the same way, and then you have to start getting over that person. So, it happens to everyone. It's something that, I believe it's something that everyone has to go through. I believe that if it doesn't work out with someone, that means you were meant for someone else, and that someone else is going to be perfect for you, and it's just going to be better. And the people who aren't perfect for you, they're basically not meant for you. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to get over someone. And I've been there because I broke up with my ex-boyfriend about like 2 years ago. So I remember everything clearly, and I was quite traumatized by that breakup because it's something that, I can look back in my life and say that I have learned miles and miles about myself from that. And that's the beauty of bad things. If bad things happen to you, it's to allow room for good things to occur. So every single bad experience that you've had, I can learn from. So for example, that breakup, I learned about, doing things for myself, because usually I would do things for other people. I would never say no. I started saying no. I started doing things for myself and standing up for what I believed in and for myself. So I learned a lot through that. So I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to, I cut myself, sorry, not cut myself intentionally, but I was cutting something and okay, anyway. I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to get over someone. So the first tip is to keep busy and keep positive. So basically, do what makes you happy and do a lot of things. So in life, I always believe that you should always do as much as you can, because that way you get the most out of life if you do as much as you can. So in that sense, when you break up with someone, don't sit on your, maybe you can sit on your bed and cry for probably 3 or 4 days, but always remember to pick yourself up and say, hey, do you know what I'm gonna start doing things for myself. I don't deserve this. Myself, my soul, my heart, my mind, it doesn't deserve this to cry over someone for 3 or 4 days. I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to keep busy. So keep busy. You might have, I keep busy because I have a lot of things to do. I have this blog to do. I have this YouTube channel to do. I have my schoolwork, my uni work to do. So I have a lot of things to do personally. But if you don't have a lot of things to do, go do an activity, join a club, meet new people, do what makes you happy. If going to the theme park makes you happy, gather a bunch of friends, go to the theme park, go to the wine valley, go explore. I really think that every single time you need to get over someone, I always go somewhere new. So I always try to go explore somewhere new. It keeps my mind off things because I love traveling and I love exploring. So I kind of like soak in the environment. I stop thinking about that person because I'm here on this earth and I'm here at the present, and I separate sort of all my thoughts and just concentrate on the present because I know that I won't be feeling this ever again in this moment. You know what I mean? Keep busy and keep positive. Your attitude on life is very, very important. You can choose whether to be sad about something or you can choose to be happy about something. It's really your decision. So when you look on a bad experience in life, you can either choose to be sad about it and cry every day and cake on your bed and watch sad movies. You can do that. That's your choice. You can also pick yourself up and be happy about life. You can go outside and meet your friends and have coffee and do things that make you happy and have that attitude, that positive attitude in life, because your life is short. Everyone is going to die. That's the thing that everyone has to do. Everyone has to go. So you can either choose to waste your time on a bed crying in front of a movie, or you can choose to go spend your time wisely, do something productive, an activity that enriches yourself, explore, travel, do something new, something that you haven't done before. All those things matter when you're trying to keep positive, because that's the attitude that you should have. Every experience you can learn from. Every bad experience happens. Everything happens for a reason, so you can learn from it, and you can keep that in your toolbox. So in the future, when the same thing happens or when something similar happens, you can use your experiences that you've already have in your toolbox, and you can effectively tackle that situation. The second tip is to always remember to not feed your thoughts. And this is a thing that's quite weird that I've already thought about in my mind, and I know the magazines probably won't tell you this, but basically you should not feed your thoughts. And this is how you should look at it. When you think about someone, right, you think about a lot of things. So you think about the memories that you've had. You think about how much you like that person, why you like that person, you miss that person, and you also think about what exactly went wrong and what you could have done to make it better. So all these thoughts start racing in your mind, and that sickening feeling in your heart that you lost something that was valuable to you comes. So that sickening feeling is in your heart, and also in your stomach, your heart, anywhere that's a sickening, very uncomfortable feeling of sadness. And now this sadness, this feeling of sadness is like a fire, okay? A burning fire. And the thoughts that you feed it, the missing, the why you like him, the what went wrong, all of those are wood, okay? So what happens is, first, when you're, okay, just imagine you wake up in the morning, right? If you really love that person and you're not over him, you feel sadness automatically when you wake up in the morning. I do it when I'm trying to get over someone. It comes, and it's automatic. And you just feel the sadness and the uncomfortable feeling. Once you feel the sadness, you start thinking about all the thoughts in your head. You know, you start thinking, what went wrong? I like him so much. Like, this is exactly why I like him. You know, I miss him so much. I just wish he was here. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know who I am. All those thoughts just come racing in your mind. Now what you have to do, once you master this mentally, it becomes easy. So what happens is your thoughts, okay, and your feelings, basically what you're doing in the morning is you're feeding the fire, you're feeding the thoughts, and the fire is getting bigger and bigger. The feelings that you have, the sadness that you have, the anger that you have is getting bigger and bigger because you keep feeding the thoughts onto the fire. You keep adding wood to the fire, okay? So what you have to do is stop that. Stop adding thoughts to the fire. So, for example, you're going through your day and you start to feel the sadness. Sometimes the sadness doesn't stop, okay, honestly. Sometimes the sadness doesn't stop, depends how much you love that person. But sometimes the sadness doesn't stop, and you're doing your report, the sadness comes. You start thinking. Stop thinking, okay, stop it. Just ignore your thoughts, ignore them. Just ignore them and concentrate on your report or whatever you're doing at the moment. So when it comes, it kind of feels like something's coming at you. Oh, the thoughts are coming. What do I do? Just ignore it, just ignore it. Just let it come through and then let it go out. The thing about this is that you might think I'm saying rubbish right now, but it's true. Like when you're trying to get over someone, the thoughts come and they leave, okay? You have to know that everything goes away, everything fades. And when the thoughts come in, ignore them, just let them come in and come out. And the thing is, you shouldn't fight it. You shouldn't fight your feelings. You shouldn't fight what you feel, because when you start fighting what you feel, you start feeding your thoughts again. You start making the fire bigger and bigger because it means something to you that you should stop thinking about that person. Don't think of stopping thinking that person. Just let the feelings come in, the sadness come in, and eventually, because the fire has no wood, you're not adding any wood, you're not adding any thoughts, it will eventually burn out. All things eventually burn out. Everything is temporary. You are temporary on this earth. That's why it's so important to do as much as you can. But same thing goes. Your feelings are temporary. It will fade if it does not, if you put no thoughts, if you put no wood, and you don't make it bigger, you don't make the fire bigger. It will eventually fade. The feeling will fade, and you will continue on with your life. And again, it will come. The fire will come again. It will fade and come and fade and come until one time, one fine day, it will stop coming, because it knows that you're done and you're over. And that's the beauty of things, okay? Keep your thoughts, keep your feelings separate. Ignore your feelings. Ignore them. Don't fight them. Just ignore them. Let it come as they please and let it go when it wants. That's exactly what you have to do. The third tip is that you have to remember that with all relationships, this is something you have to go through. It is a risk. It is a consequence. Breaking up and getting over someone is a consequence of being in a relationship. And if you really think about it, all relationships are sort of temporary. Although you find the person that you love and your soulmate, at the end of the day, you gotta go. You gotta leave. I'm sorry to depress you in any way, but you gotta go. You gotta make that exit out of life. You gotta pass away. Your partner might pass away. So say you marry the love of your life and think it's gonna last forever. It's not gonna last forever. One of you is going to die first, and when that person goes, you will feel sadness and loss again. So in dealing with that loss, you have to know that everything, every single thing, even though you think it lasts forever, you won't last forever. You won't last forever. And in that case, it's something that you have to go through. Getting over someone is something that you have to go through in life. If you fall in love, if you have feelings for someone. And in a sense, feelings and love, they are logical. You can't control them, and they just happen. So falling for someone or falling in love with someone, it kind of just happens, really. And unfortunately, you can't control that. So it's something definitely you have to go through. Now, this is how I picture it. This is how it makes sense in my brain. When you fall in love, when you start to have feelings for someone, you basically jump into a speeding convertible. You go in the car, close the door. Okay? You're in the convertible, and you're not driving. The car is just going. It's just going straight. And basically, when you're in love, beautiful scenery, beautiful surroundings, everything's so beautiful. And then the relationship falls apart, and the car is still going, and you know where it's heading. It's heading to a disgusting, gnarly forest with snakes, with evil things. It's horrible. You see it ahead of you. When the relationship breaks, you'll see that forest ahead of you, and your car is just zooming right into the forest. And you want to go out. You want to come out of the forest. You don't want to go into the forest. You don't want to do this because it hurts. Because inside it's painful and sad and it hurts. But you can't jump out of that car, honey. You can't jump out of the car right now. Because if you jump out of the car, you're speeding. It's just not logical. You have to ride it through. You have to go through the forest. You have to go through that uncomfortable feeling of sadness and pain. It's something you have to do because you went into that car in the first place. You went into that car, you have to go through the forest eventually. Okay? So once you go through, although you have to go through that disgusting forest of feelings of sadness, you have to realize that you'll come out of it. Okay? It's something that you have to go through, and you know that it will eventually end. These feelings will eventually fade. You'll eventually not feel anything anymore. And there will always be the end to the forest. You'll always come out of the forest. Unless you let that forest take advantage of you, take control of you. If you just ride that forest through and come out on the other side, you'll be fine. And the last thing I have to say is everything takes time. And I know everyone hates that. When you break up with someone, you're trying to get over someone, and someone says that to me, I hate it. Because I know it's true, and because I'm also very impatient. So just keep in mind that everything takes time. They say that all wounds take time to heal. It's very, very similar. But just remember, I don't really like that saying because I know that it's true and I'm very impatient. So these feelings, this sadness, it takes time. And don't listen to anyone who tells you that it'll take as long as half the relationship or as long as this or as long as this. For everyone, it's different because everyone experiences love in a different way. And their feelings, their degree of love, the degree of love that they have for someone is different. So everything is different for everyone. So it'll take you however long it takes you to get over that someone. But you have to know that you'll come through. And when you come through out of that forest, you're going to be a different person. If you really love that person and it took you a long time to get over that person, you come out of that forest brand new, shiny, squeaky clean, and with a new sense of life. And that's what I had. Because honestly, before my breakup, before my big breakup, I was a different person. I wasn't like Roseanne. I wasn't like this. I was just so, out of control and immature and everything. And now, after my breakup, I'm this, this. And it's, I went through it. Because I remember it was like my heart was like stabbed and then wrapped into the desert, sandstorm, Sahara Desert. So just remember that everything takes time and eventually those feelings will fade. Eventually feelings will fade. Things are temporary in life, and that's why you're here to do as much as you can to get the most out of life that you can. So I hope you like this video. If you have any requests for life experiences or anything like that I've been through, please comment in the comment section below and request that video, because I'd love to do more of these videos because I know that they help people out there and I love helping people. It's my thing. So I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Don't forget to like my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/RoseanneTangars for looks of the day, inspirational quotes, or beauty tips. Roseanne Tangars.